Like seriously, there's nothing like Sambisa. This is coming from Atiku. Okay, let us hear what he meant by that statement, that there's nothing like Sambisa. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Alhaji Atiku Abubakar yesterday said Boko Haram existed because of the lack of political will to defeat them. According to him, the fight against Boko Haram persisted because of vested interest. Atiku, who spoke on the People's Town Hall 2023, a program organized by Channels Television to provide the presidential candidates opportunity to discuss their programs, stated that he served in the Northeast as a custom officer and knows the terrain, and added that there is no place for anybody to hide there as the terrain is a vast land of shrubs. He said, I do not understand why Boko Haram should exist because there is nowhere for them to hide. I served in the Northeast when it was Borno, and I was on patrol there and know the terrain very well. They say there is a place called Sambisa. I have been there and there is no forest. It is only shrubs. He said the country is currently facing problems of insecurity and unity and needs experienced and competent people to lead in 2023 to restore the Nigeria of our dream. He noted that every part of the country has insecurity challenge and vowed that his administration, if elected, will negotiate with different geopolitical zones in the country to resolve the peculiar insecurity situation afflicting the region. He said every zone of the country has its peculiar insecurity situation. In the southeast, we have the indigenous people of Biafra Ipob agitation, but is realizing Biafra possible in this time and age? We cannot afford another civil war in Nigeria. That is why we are talking about restructuring and devolution of power to grant more autonomy to the regions. The country cannot afford to go into another civil war over the separatist agitations in the southeast. The realization of Biafra Republic may be impossible to achieve at this time and age. That is why we are talking about restructuring and devolution of power. He advised the Southeast zones to form alliances with other parts of the country to be more politically relevant in the scheme of things in Nigeria. The Southeast Regional Geopolitical Zone should do more to move across the river Niger. They should do more to align with other geopolitical zones to secure political power, he said. The former vice president of Nigeria said his administration would not scrap security votes but monitor how chief executives, whether at the federal, state or local government level, should be made to account for how they use the funds. What we need on this issue is security votes is to ensure accountability. The chief executives, whether at the federal, state or local government, should account for how they spend the security votes. We would not fold our arms and watch governors spend the money recklessly. There will be proper accountability. He said his administration will remove fuel subsidies after proper dialogue with critical stakeholders. After proper dialogue on how to give palliative to the people. We cannot keep funding subsidy or continue to borrow money. When we were in office in 1999, we proposed to remove the subsidy. We have gone to the third stage. It got stuck. If we had removed subsidy, there would not be anything like subsidy this period, he said. He really emphasized well on Southeast too. He just said that there's nothing like a Sambisa. So what is his problem? Which kind lie be this one now? See as una dey lie make me cry. Na so una think say the masses foolish reach? Haba, type am for Google, e go show you images of the forest now. Physically, Sambisa exists as a name. All activities there should not be independent of the government. Actually, there are no tall tree in Sambisa. It is only shrubs. Ask anybody in the northeast to tell you. You are just being clever by half. You are standing and blocking Southeast chance of getting the presidency and still teaching them what to do. Atiku, you are not serious. If there is no Sambisa forest, that means security operatives are lying to entire country. However, I agree with you. Insecurity is everywhere in the country. No state is exempted. Why do politicians from the north always attribute civil war to southeast, but not the northeast and northwest? The atrocities happening in the north is 10 times worse than what is happening in the southeast. The capture of an area as large as the southeast called Sambisa is nothing, according to Atiku. It's not a civil war. Why the skirmishes in southeast is quickly branded civil war. Yet, key fighters and bombers are employed to bomb the places, and tanks are in the front fighting the insurgents. How deceitful these politicians can be. That's why I'm saying that it's really, you know, put more emphasis on Southeast, Biafra agitation, this and that, this and this. They know what they are doing. If Atiku agree that there's no Sambisa, then he is a foreigner. Southeast should align themselves to the north, and the north should not align themselves with the southeast. Your mindset disgusts me. I have said this over and over again. Atiku lacks dexterity to solve party internal problem. Talk less of national problems. Atiku is very smart about selling national resources to himself, marginalizing southern states. Hangover they worry you. You need rest. Oh, Baba Atiku. I'm Igbo, and I've always said that we need Atiku's experience to save Nigeria, not those who will be going on trial and error. Oh my goodness. Oga, rest. We no need una. No be by force to rule us. Nigerians people say they no want you. You see, they force yourself to become president. Not by force. Not by force. Quoted Matt, when you people get to power, the language will change. Of course, it go change, you know, they trust them. It go change. Oh, there was Sambisa Forest in 2015 when you joined the APC and contested in 2019. Now you mean Sambisa never existed. Mr. Atiku, you owe Nigerians more explanation. You can just imagine what is coming out from him. Atiku's mouth. I even remember that when he joined APC, he didn't talk about all this insecurity and all of that. It's so pathetic. Really, really pathetic. Atiku, you be proper liar. The like of you cannot be a president in Nigeria. Now lie, you take the bath. God bless Atiku. We shall get there by fire by force. Buhari administration is zero. I believe you, sir. Diesel and kerosene subsidies were removed during OBJ Atiku regime. The rest is now history. There's nothing like subsidy. We are paying for inefficiency, and those receiving the payments are capitalizing on it towards making it a recurring expenditure item. Publish names and cause a public audit on them.